What's up, everybody? This is the chosen individual here, and today I have received word that HBM's nuclear tech mod has been updating in a significant manner. Gosh, I thought they were just gonna release minor patches up until the end of the universe. Appears no. We just got a brand new reactor type, and it is a freaking amazing. Well, a freaking amazing. That's what I was supposed to say, but I'm an idiot. Anyways, so yeah, recently we got the Inertial Confinement Fusion Reactor, which is the second type of fusion reactor that exists, or that has been theorized in real life. And it basically uses, well, how does a inertial confinement fusion reactor work? Well, I'll probably link a video or something down below to explain it more in depth. But basically, by firing very high energy lasers to heat up and implode a pellet of fuel, which then allows plasma to fuse, generating immense heat, which boils water or heats up coolant and is then used to boil water, which is used to turn turbines. Bada bing, bada boom. You know the drill with nuclear power. And in this case, it's a heat exchanging reactor, which means that the setup is going to be long at best. But well, it's also very expensive. This is the reactor that, well, this ICF, as it's is an acronym. The inertial confinement fusion reactor was made to replace the fusionary Watts reactor, which was a very old plant reactor, and it was the second type of Watts series power plants. So not anymore. Now we have our very own original reactor. Now you're gonna need a couple tools. Basically everything you can see here. A bunch of high-speed steel bolts and a bunch of cast steel plates, cast bismuth bronze, ducts, ICF laser components, tanks, fluid identifiers, gauge pipes if you want, and all these elements. So how do you actually build this? Well, for starters, you need the inertial confinement fusion reactor core component. Say that 3 times fast. And which you can make with 16 welded combined steel plates, which is CMB steel, 16 welded cadmium or technetium steel plates, 16 cast bismuth bronze plates, 32 dense ferric scribidate wire, something like that, 64 military grade circuit boards, and 32 versatile circuit boards. Oh, by the way, did I mention that the circuits changed? The new circuit system is something I'll have to get into um, eventually. But for now, you just place it down, and it's just like for example, the Watts core component or the fusion reactor core component, where it creates this hologram that basically lets you see how you need to build the reactor. And from there, you're going to need 3 pieces of reactor components: the ICF stability element, the ICF containment vessel wall, and the ICF casing. Now we're going to start with the stability element. Just place them, just place them down in this pattern that the multi-block shows you, which is basically like the base of the reactor. The stability elements will allow the reactor to be, well, stable on surfaces and not, I don't know, be crushed under its own weight. You only need about, well, that's 3 times 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 3 times 17. Oh, wait. So 3 times 17. You'll need about 51 of these. I think it's just 50 because there's a hole in the middle, but yeah. From there, you'll need the ICF containment vessel walls. Now, just again, place them in this pattern. This is basically where we will implode our fuel. Oh, by the way, The ICS stability elements can be made with 4 welded steel plates and 2 welded titanium plates in an assembly machine. And the ICF containment vessel walls, you will need 1 crystalline fullerite, which is made with fullerene and BTX and an acidizer, and 1 cast combined steel plate and 2 welded tungsten plates in a welder, in an arc welder. Wait, no, yeah, in an assembly machine. Sorry, might be. But yeah, I recommend you build this in layers because just like the Watts and just like the new fusion reactor, you actually need to transform these into their welded and riveted variants. Now I'm pretty sure yeah, that's the for the ICF casing you need to rivet it with the pneumatic rivet gun, which you can craft like this, and you'll need a high-speed steel bolts for that, and cast steel plates. But for this, as you can see when I hold the acetylene welding torch, you will need per containment vessel wall piece, you'll need 1 cast arsenic or bismuth bronze plates, and either the blowtorch or the acetylene welding torch. So just right click, and as you can see, we'll weld these into their welded variants, which is what you will actually need in the reactor. So that's why I recommend you build this in layers so that you can weld them and not end up um, like not end up forgetting, because it can happen. It didn't happen to me because I always just use the straight up multi-block. Yeah, just keep this going and keep doing it in layers, and eventually you should be done. You also need to extend those containment vessel walls like arms into the outsides of the reactor. This is like a tube-shaped reactor, unlike the fusion reactor, which is more donut shaped. Just keep on welding. You will need quite a lot of the cast plates. It's unfortunate that this doesn't make any sound because yeah, I feel like it would be pretty satisfying. And I forgot to do it in layers, and see, I need to take this part off now. Weld all of this. Remember that this torch functions with unsaturated hydrocarbons and liquid oxygen. So yeah, you'll need that. You'll also need a fair amount of supplies for those, and you can make it like this. Just some steel, polymer, and a steel tank. I got these. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh Christ Almighty! All right, so once you finish this, you'll need about 64, 120, 128. You'll need about 110 cast missing bronze plates. And well, once you've done that, you can start your ICF casing, which you can make with. Oh wait, I already showed you how to make this one, didn't I? And again, making layers because you gotta use the pneumatic rivet gun. So just you can do them on both sides at a time, or you can do it on just one side. Per piece, you will need the pneumatic rivet gun, which I'm pretty sure doesn't require any energy or anything. 1 cast steel plate and 4 high-speed steel bolts. Then just right click, and it will turn into the riveted variant. Now, I do recommend you turn your volume down because this is a bit loud, and you will need a lot of bolts. In my experience, you will need like a heck ton of bolts. Like an amount of bolts that has not been seen yet by the bolters? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's continue, and remember that here you need that. Riveting these. So this sound is annoying. I'll cut to when I'm done building. The multi-block should form, and you should have your beautiful inertial confinement fusion reactor. So now we go on to step 2 of building the reactor. which actually takes quite a bit of time, you're going to need all of these components. You're going to need the ICF laser casing, ICF laser port, laser cell, flash tube, capacitor, and controller. So I'm just going to go ahead and teach you how to build them. So I'm going to grab some generic block, say concrete, and you see these tiny redstone-like ports on the sides. There will be two of these laser ports on each side, which means that you can build two lasers in total. Just build out whatever amount of blocks you want. I'm gonna do 5. And then at the end, you want to place an ICF laser controller. That is so that the hole points to the laser receptacle type of thing. And this is how you build it. You grab your laser cells, which can be made with two crystalline fullerite, uh, forecast arsenic or bismuth bronze plates, and 16 quartz glass. And just build out whatever amount you want. Now, the more you add, the more powerful the laser will become. I'm going to build out. Um, mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna build out 6. So you have a row of laser cells behind the laser controller with the hole pointed towards the receptor. Then you want to take your laser flash tubes, which you can make with 4 welded tungsten plates, 16 dense magnetized tungsten wires, and 1 barrel of xenon gas for some reason. And then you just want to go ahead and surround um all of the laser cells with your flash tubes, except for here in the ends. We'll cover that in a minute. After you have your flash tubes, you will need to grab ICF laser capacitors, which you can craft with 1 welded cadmium steel or titanium steel plates, 16 dense neodymium wires, and 2 ferric scribidate ingots. Get an assembly machine. And you place them like this. So again, you cover the entirety of the flash tubes. Now to make this just a bit faster, I'm gonna grab my wand and extend them all the way over here. But normally you would have to do this. If you don't have a wand, then you can just use your hands instead to place those blocks on there. And once you're done, you want to surround all of this with laser casing, which you can make with 4 I'm just gonna call them bronze plates from now on. 4 bronze plates, 4 cast saturnite plates, and 16 hard plastic bars. With thought plastic would be involved in nuclear fusion. And just once again surround the entirety of the laser structure with it, except for on the ends, which need a special cover. And then, once it's about halfway done, you should have a structure like this. Laser cell, flash tube, capacitor casing. Now I just grab some more casing and you cover up the end that is not with the laser controller thing. You're gonna need a laser port, which is 2 bronze plates, 16 hard plastic bars, and 4 dense neodymium wires. And you can place it, I'm pretty sure you can place it anywhere. But I'm placing it there just because it looks good. And then do the same and cover this. And then you should be able to right click it and it will form the ICF laser multi-block. Now what the laser will do is that when you supply it with power, which by the way has no on off or power regulator switch, when you input power through here, it will spit the laser out in this direction, which will cast it into the ICF, which will allow you to do science. And just rinse and repeat and do that with the other laser. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and rinse and repeat. All right, so I've built both lasers now. Now, this is where the pain begins because basically what you're going to need is a bunch of heat exchangers, a bunch of boilers, and a bunch of tanks, and a bunch of ducts, and a bunch of condensers, and a bunch of turbines. Now, just so that it doesn't take until the next generation of my bloodline to finish this video, I'm only going to make the heat exchanger setup because otherwise this is just going to take an absolute eternity. So for the heat exchanger, well, first of all, let me show you how to use the lasers, which I can't seem to find. There we go. Grab some red copper cables. Recommend grabbing an power gauge. Then also a redstone power switch. You're also gonna need a lever, and you're finally gonna need an energy storage block, or well, just a power back lock of your choice, which can be from another reactor. It can feed back. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't tried that. I should probably try it. Uh, Basically just any power back lock you want, and you want to link these two lasers together. This is the most common setup, which means that it was obviously made by Savage Vegeta, which by the way, shout out to him. So let me just link these up in a definitely original way, and then add the middle so that we don't get ADHD, or well, so that we don't get uncomfortable. You're gonna place the redstone power switch, then above that the power gauge, then above that the spark energy. Well, the energy bag, the output of the energy backlog of your choice. Do I still have big reactors installed? No. Okay. And then you guys hear that hammering? Shut up! I'm recording. Thank you. And you're gonna need. Well, in this case, I'm just gonna use an infinite battery because I'm in creative. What that will do is that you also place the lever there because I forgot it. And then once you click that, as you can see, the two lasers will fire and it will start putting power into the ICF. But because our coolant loop is not done yet, that is not uh something we can use yet. So let's grab the materials for our setup. We need universal fluid duct, liquid sodium, hot liquid sodium. Oh well, you can use any type of coolable fluids, coolant, hot thorium salt, hot mug root beer, or blood if you have no self-respect. Pretty much anything. You're also gonna need tank, stellar flux, fluid identifier, and optionally a flow gauge pipe. You're also gonna need a heat exchanger, which I forgot to prepare, an industrial boiler that I forgot to prepare, and no, that would be too complicated. Yeah, let's frick it. Let's do it. A water fluid identifier that I forgot to prepare, and a steam fluid identifier that I forgot to prepare too. That's stem steam, not steam. All right, there we go. So now what we're gonna do is make a way to input and output our coolant. I'm just gonna drag out some ducts over here, place a gauge here so we can see what we're doing. Oh, and keep in mind damn it. Keep in mind that if you're well, here's something I figured out the hard way. So you know how you can edit fluid types in HBM and edit their traits and add custom fluids for weird reasons. I don't know what you might want them for. Well, as it turns out, if you mess with the fluid traits file in any way, the ICF will not cycle coolant. I don't know why, and I don't know why it hasn't been fixed. Although probably by this point it's already fixed. But yeah, a way you can fix this if you notice that the ICF is not cycling coolant, like the coolant is in here and it generates heat. Oh, and it generates heat, and but no hot coolant is coming out. Then all you need to do is go to config, delete the fluid traits file, and boot up the game. And and the game will automatically uh what's the word? It will automatically reset it for you. So now that we have made our sodium input, we are now going to make our hot sodium output. Now you can do this a couple different ways, but I'm just gonna do it the fastest way, which is also the best. And well, you just basically wanna basically make a just make a standard pipe, okay? Just make a standard pipe that goes out of the reactor and that you can carry all of your sad coolant in to turn it back into happy coolant. Don't ask me how that works. God neighbor, if you don't shut up, I will get my shotgun out of my case. Just so you guys know, I said neighbor because my neighbor was hammering, not the N word, just for clarity. Hot coolant. Well, hot liquid, you name it. Screw it. Then put the boilers on top. We've already discussed this. No need to be a maverick. This isn't the time to be a maverick and place one like that. We've known for years that doing that just works. So do it. Please, for your and my sake. Oh my gosh. You are so pissing me off right now. Anyways, so once your hot liquid sodium is out, depending on the amount of boilers you have, you might want to cap this out. I'm pretty sure it caps out at 2400. Don't remember to identify this with hot liquid sodium. And rinse and repeat. So I'll I'll see you in a second. Right, after we identified all of that with hot liquid sodium, now all you do is pull out the normal liquid sodium out of the other side. Now, because I'm a lazy fuck, I'm just gonna void it all instead of cycling it all back. But I'm pretty sure you should get the idea. I will probably make a video that is more expansive on this when I'm a little bit less tired and overwhelmed. Basically, I'll fix it up. That's that's a promise, kind of. Oh yeah, by the way, did you know that you can identify tanks like this? Isn't that funny? Bet you didn't know that. Infinite fluid barrel. Give me that. Why do I feel so utterly slow? Give me that. And well, then you just put water in your boilers and that'll create steam and do the magic. Output, and I'll start liquid sodium flow into our beautiful reactor. Now all we need is a water source. We're about to fill these boilers up with water. Not water, not water, water. Because I can't seem to decide on which pronunciation to use. Also, for some reason, the boilers are already heating it up. Let's get a barrel. And then have another line to extract the steam. I'm definitely gonna get arrested for shooting someone. Oh, good. They took the bait. I actually don't live in the United States, so using guns is illegal here. And then just go ahead and place your standard good old barrel, except we're gonna place it in the middle because we're nice people. That is the wrong fluid identifier, you dumb fuck. Steam, steam, and There we go. Now that should be it. Now, on to other matters. The fuel types. There are several types of fuel types for the ICF currently in circulation, but hold up. I don't recommend using anything higher than deuterium tritium unless you have like a whole row of heat exchangers that extends from here to I don't know, maybe the US's budget ceiling. You gotta calculate there. Although be careful in converting dollars to meters. Actually, hold on, Americans don't know what meters are. Feet? Something like that. I don't know. Americans are weird. Anyways, yeah, I don't recommend using any of these because they're way too powerful. And for the current coolant that we have, it's not gonna work very well. But yeah, once you have your fuel, you just load it up there. You place it in these slots, and you'll get your depleted fuel out here, which you can then take out and process and refill them back up and do a bunch of cool things. You can make these in the ICF fuel pellet maker, and if I'm not wrong, the empty ICF fuel pellet can be made with some lead and zirconium wire, so it's actually pretty cheap. Wow. So once you have your fuel inside, you can go ahead and turn it on. Right? Wrong. You need one more thing, and that is something that can hold antimatter, because we have stellar flux. And basically what that is that as the fuel pellet gets depleted, it will generate stellar flux, which is over here. And if you don't output that, the reactor will just stop working. Anyways, now you should be able to go ahead and flick it. As you can see, the fuel is reacting. It's generating some stellar flux, so that's why you don't need a storage that big. And our boilers are working at quite significant speed too. Hold on, I might need to add more because this is an insane amount of steam coming on through, guy. Something's telling me that these are too powerful. They probably are. That's why you need to get the industrial boilers, because otherwise this will freaking explode. Fine, I'll make the turbine. Well, not fully, I'll just do a crappy setup. Do that. So these are generating about a heck ton of power. They're generating 81 million HEs. Now, of course, you do need more turbines, because this reactor isn't exactly cheap, is it? But it does generate an insane amount of power, and is also insanely cool, so yeah. Get those babies spinning. Oh crap. Probably not enough water flow, and that's why it's so ineffective. This is a crappy setup. What do you expect? But yeah, with pretty much the most uh, ineffective setup ever, you should be getting approximately 81.59 million HEs per second, which is about an RBMK reactor. Now, if you optimize this and make the whole bullshit of the cooling loop and everything, then it'll probably generate a bunch more power. Actually, hold on. Okay, it's logging right now. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. I am so incredibly busy. Well, hold on. This is the part where I try to guilt trip you into subscribing. I'm sorry. So, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Now, I know that I've been quite absent recently, and the reason for that is just school. That's pretty much it. I've been like so incredibly busy with school. It is absolutely insane. But thankfully, vacations are arriving, and for vacation, I'm going to America. So I'm probably gonna look like Swiss cheese when I come back. If I don't, then I'll continue to upload videos. Now I'm sorry that all these videos take so much time because I don't even know. Like, apart from busy, I'm really lazy, and it takes me an eternity to edit. Like, if there's one thing that I wish I had, it was an editor, because this just takes an absolute eternity. And the worst part is that I have to watch through the entire video and cut all the snippy imperfections of me being an absolute dork. You get the point. So yeah, that's it, guys. I know that this video might feel kind of rushed to try and beat someone else to the ICF review, but I still failed. Savage Vegeta still beat me by about a week or more. Probably more. I also didn't do this sooner because remember that issue with the fluid traits that I mentioned? Yeah, I had some problemos with that, but thankfully it's fixed. So I might be able to do this in the survival series at some point. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Chosen Individual. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to motivate me to not give up in these trying times. Also remember that the link to my Discord server will be down below. It's pretty dead right now, so if you know CPR, I could get some use out of ya. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and that's it. Yeah, peace out, gamers. So, after some time spent building and dealing with this thing's annoying ass sound, you should have the realization that you did something wrong. Oh, damn it! I can't believe it. I actually cannot believe it. See, this is what happens when you let me do something important. I just mess it up. Big time. So where is it? That is the question. You know what? Screw this. I've got a better idea. I'm gonna use my magical chosen individual powers, which coincidentally a lot of other people have. I don't even remember if that's the right code. I think not. So let me just okay, I'm gonna 6-3 and then 4. Okay, good. 6, 6. One block. Really? Where is it? Oh, god damn it. Actually, hold on, I got it memorized. And after some time dealing with all these things, you should get a structure like this.